Let's go over this artist center. You probably could figure this out even without a video. So, but this is just a little quick little heads up thing. A few things to look for, install, that kind of thing. But I'm sure you guys could figure this out. Here we go. Just going to do some frame pieces here. A little lay of the land. We got some frame pieces, jiggies. Look out for these. Got 8 of those. That's for your reveal. Did skins on a separate page. You've got your 3/4 push through there, and you'll have these door hatch little closure pieces, keeping out for those. Let's see, 063 white as we do, 3/4 pushy and pushy backers. All right, so like I say, pretty easy. Here's your existing. So we made this far enough in the history, in the Wayback Machine, that there's no real production files per se. It was all done by hand with the angle and stuff. So the bottom is 2x2 by 3/16 angle. And I believe the top is also 2x2. This is the smaller version, but that's kind of what's going on. You're going to have an internal framing here. And somewhere along the lines, like I say, I don't have any measurements or pictures of this, but I think there's 3/8 bolts that stick up, and they go into, I think, welded nuts. So anyway, but yeah, so this whole topper sits on the bottom here. So for install, if you recall, you go ahead and take, I was rhyming. You'll just take off the back here. Looks like switch over here. So I imagine power's over here. We are going to want to probably refresh the power supply, because this thing is going to be, because it's so old, this is probably 12 volt. So we're going to want to take a 24 volt over there and go ahead and use our tetras in the top. That way it's all refreshed and new. But anyway, so when you take this backer off, I think that there's bolts, probably 3/8 bolts that is holding this topper. Remember, this thing's going to be heavy as all get out too, because it's Corian. So might be definitely a 2-man deal. But I think you're going to back these bolts out, and then that'll leave the top of this clean. Then you just go ahead and install, the topper here. That's why I was asking earlier about making sure that you got some Hilti 1/4 inch self tappers, the beefy ones. Those will really work well. You're just going to reach inside the cabinet and just, get on in there and just frap this thing down to the frame. Just line it up. So you'll have this reveal and just smash it down. So I think it'll be pretty good for install there. You'll have plenty of access to the back. So anyway, for fab, so it's just, it's frame like we do. You'll notice they all kind of face the same way. Sometimes I put one facing the other and whatever. So, but they all face the same way. You're going to bend them up in the brake, and then you're just going to hand bend this over, towards the bend scribe, like we just bend it over. And that's going to be how we attach the 063 white. The 063 white, I have that broken into 3 pieces. So that way it's easy to fit in there, because obviously if this was one piece, probably couldn't get it in. So anyway, so you just go ahead and build this guy. You're going to put the frames together, put the faces on, and then like we do, you're going to put these backer pieces for the door. And you're just going to fit those in. I try to make them as tight as possible. Go ahead and silicone though, to make sure there's no, or caulk, and make sure there's no light leaks for the portion right there, wherever that's not touching. So that way that's all nice. Let's see. Oh, so then a reveal, you guys do this. You're going to just make a bunch of these little pieces that go in between, and then they're just going to cleco in. And then you can either choose, I don't know how you guys do it, if you just want to tack the sides in or throw a couple tacks, or if you want to lords these on, either way, they just need to sit there because they're going to get squished and trapped anyway. So, they just need to, just a little bit of support. But once you have this reveal, like the end piece here seals up the end like we do, then you're just going to lords this whole bad boy right to the bottom of the sign. So you'll have the matching clecos, plenty of holes for power to make their way through with the 063 white. You want to make sure that you have your leashes long enough to make it all the way back to this area. I'm imagining that the power supply is here because here's the switch. So this 063 white is going to need to make its way all the way over here. So make some leashes plenty long enough, probably get away with the page blue. And as far as the power or the 063 is concerned, install, you're going to need to access the bottom of this to shoot the screws on. Like I say, I think you're going to be able to just take the back off this, pull the bolts out, and I think that'll take care of that. And then you're going to set the new one on top, and then you're just going to shoot self tappers through. But the 063 will be right in your way, so coordinate with Fab. But I think you can go ahead and leave these out, save you time. Take this over, shoot it down, and then the way this works is you put this one in first. You slide it in, and then shoot through the back piece of the frame that a little piece will be sticking out like that. You just go ahead and shoot your screw, let that hold that in place, slide this one in, shoot it in, and then you connect the two of them together if needed. I mean, if they'll stay, then fine. But the idea is the 063 has matching holes here that will go into this hole here. So you just sort of kind of splice this whole thing together. So, but the important thing is put the middle one in first, and then put this one in and put that one in. Then you're good to go. Then you guys can run your power and collect it over. Like I said, I'm pretty sure this thing's 12 volt. So bring a new power supply and upgrade this bad boy to 24, and we'll be good to go. So otherwise, I think that's it. If you have any questions, hit me up.